Hey everybody, so welcome back to another video. Um, I, you guys will notice that I didn't touch anything that had to do with the Gabby Petito, Brian Laundrie, any of that, because the truth is that none of us will ever really know what the truth is as far as that case goes. There's a lot of stuff going around about it, but the bottom line is we'll never really know. So that's why I didn't touch on any of that, just in case people were going to be like, well, why wasn't that a main thing? So that's why. But I hope everybody's good. I hope everybody is in a good place, taking care of themselves and all that. So we're just going to jump into what is going on. Let's just jump right into it. Missouri teacher resigns after school district tells him to remove pride flag and not discuss sexuality. A Missouri teacher resigned last week after parents complained about a pride flag in his classroom and the district told him to take it down. John M. Wallace was recently hired to teach speech, theater, and world mythology at Neosho Junior High School. He has filed a complaint with the U.S. Department of Education's Office of Civil Rights. In a series of tweets over Labor Day weekend, Wallace explained what led to his exit. At the beginning of the school year, I had two signs above my whiteboards that read, "In this classroom, everyone is welcome," and the LGBTQ pride flag on my bookshelf. He wrote on Twitter, "This was an attempt to make my classroom more open and welcoming for all my students, and nothing was ever taught about the flag because it stood there as a reflection of my classroom as a safe space for students." That kind of stuff has no place in a classroom, period, whatsoever. At all. It has no place. So, you know, I mean, not for nothing, but maybe you shouldn't be teaching, you know? Don't bring politics into classrooms. Email shows Loudoun County Schools chief knew about the sexual assault. A newly released email shows Scott Ziegler, the superintendent for Loudoun County Public Schools, knew about the sexual assault of a girl by a boy wearing a skirt in a girls' restroom at Stonebridge High School in Virginia last May, despite saying he had no knowledge about the reported incident that has captured national headlines. Ziegler, in an email titled "Confidential School Incident," sent to school board members on May 28th, said this afternoon a female student alleged that a male student sexually assaulted her in the restroom, but during a June 22nd school board meeting said there had been no assaults in restrooms. The predator transgender student or person simply does not exist, he said in June, adding, "We don't have any records of assaults occurring in our restrooms." News outlet Loudoun Now obtained the memo through FOIA request. Scott Smith, the father of the girl who said she was sexually assaulted, was arrested at the meeting after he flew into a rage following Ziegler's comments. "I had to raise so much chaos at the school to draw enough attention to get police to come to help my daughter because I wasn't getting the help I needed from the SRO, school resource officer, or the principal." See, that's the problem. This is one of the main things as far as this goes. So this guy said that he identified as a female, wore skirt to school to get into the girls' bathroom, which school officials say, "Oh, that's fine. If you identify as a girl, even though you're a boy and you have boy parts, you can still go into the girls' restroom with real girls who have real girl parts." And then sexual assaults happen. And then the school tries to cover it up and pretend like they didn't know anything about it, because if it weren't for their policies, this assault would have never happened in the first place. I mean, come on. For the life of me, I don't understand it. I don't understand it, and I never will. What do you guys think about this? I mean, listen, if your son is a rapist or a predator, well, hey, this is perfect. It gives him access to the girls' bathroom and to all the girls at school. It is not okay. What in the hell? Crime hit Chicago grapples with police indoctrination revolt. A standoff in Chicago, where the head of the city's largest police union is urging officers to defy a mandate, is the latest battle line being drawn in a national battle over indoctrinations. Chicago, a city of nearly 3 million people, has seen more than 1,600 sexual assaults, 3,000 shootings, and 649 murders just this year, a 14% increase over last year. Just as violent crimes have risen, though, thousands of the city's police force may not show up to work. Officers are weighing whether to resist a mayoral mandate requiring all public employees to be indoctrinated. City employees must show proof of indoctrination or submit to a bi-weekly testing, unless approved for religious or medical exemption. By the end of this year, all employees must be indoctrinated. Nearly one-third of Chicago's almost 13,000 member police department have so far refused to register their status, putting them on track for dismissal. Guess what? If your cops aren't going to go to work, the crime is going to rise. The crime rate is going to rise if cops are being forced off of the job for standing up for their own rights. And I guess when the mayor has all of this crime taking over his city, I guess he'll think twice about letting all of these good men and women go. Right? I mean, makes sense to me. He's going to have to do something, because if you don't have any cops, your city's going to be run right into the ground. Let me know what you guys think in the comments below. And please, hit that thumbs up button, hit that subscribe button, and click that bell so you get notified every time we put out a new video.
How many government agents?
Okay. Children under military escort secretly indoctrinated at U.S. middle schools over, well, we won't say that part. We know why. I'm going to have to mute him, too, when he says some things. Let me get over here.
How many government agents does it take to our children? You're about to find out. Obviously, the politicians must hate our military. They must hate our children to send in the troops to our middle schools, to you're about to see some disturbing footage. You're going to see government agents escort children to their execution to a little shed behind the school in secrecy. They pull these children out of class. They force them into getting the vaccine. They inject them in broad daylight. And they don't want anybody to see. I mean, they've got this set up in such a way where the press isn't invited to witness.
Crazy. Where are these kids' parents, right? It's like, I mean, they must not know, right? They must not know. I mean, look at this little makeshift thing they got out here behind the school so nobody can see. Why are you doing it so secretly? Anybody whose kids, I don't know, it didn't say what school this was or where it was. But if this looks at all familiar to you, then you better be going to your school demanding some answers and questioning what the hell is going on without your permission. Stop sending your kids to these brainwashing indoctrination camps. Can just stop it. You wouldn't have to worry about stuff like this. I'm not going to play anymore. You guys can go and check this out. It is Chembuster on BitChute.
Crime will always find a way. Well, the Mexican cartel human traffickers got caught. Pundit reports that El Centro Sector Border Patrol found 8 illegal aliens inside of a fake FedEx truck near Nyland, Arizona on Thursday afternoon. The truck was seized and a U.S. citizen was arrested for transporting the foreign nationals.
Fake FedEx. It's bad enough that you've got by Joe Obama flying kids in the dark of night into different suburbs, that you've got him sending in on trains and buses in the middle of the night, sending these illegal aliens, because that's what they are. They came over here illegally, out to New York, to Chicago, to the suburbs of these places, right? And now you've got them coming across in fake FedEx trucks. Tell me that Joe Obama did not know this was going on. Crazy. We can't support and take care of the people that are already in this country. And why don't you just bring in freaking millions more? Bring in millions, Joe, because you know, right? You know what's right for everybody. If I was this mom, no way. I'm trying to make that a little bigger.
The COVID vaccine.
No, you need to come talk to me.
It's fine, Mom. Mom.
It's like, Mom, wait. No.
Yeah, she just walked away from me.
If it was me.
The doctor?
Yeah. After they just diagnosed my son with an infection, they're refusing to give him medication. Is she not a doctor?
She's a nurse practitioner. You can leave now without your phone.
Excuse me.
That is part. I can confiscate it. Should I call 911?
You don't need to grab my stuff.
Then please walk out. Kathy, can you please call security?
So what you're telling me is my son has an infection,
Can you please call
and
911?
you're unwilling to treat him?
What we've asked for, and now she's videotaping everything and basically slander my name.
Oh, I will. I will give this to whoever needs.
Well, now the doctor's offices won't treat people or won't treat people. This kid has an infection. Give him some penicillin and leave and call and send these people home. But no. We got to be jerk-offs and be like, oh, if you don't agree with us and you're not on this side of it, then we're just going to let your son's infection soar through his entire body. And, good luck. Go home and let it spread. It's so crazy. The fact that okay, doctors, probably nurses didn't. I don't know if there's like a nurse oath like doctors have to take, but they take an oath to do no harm. That first thing is to do no harm. Well, you are harming people by not giving them what they need because they didn't agree with something or because they're not, I didn't get indoctrinated, so you're not going to treat me. You don't have that right. Like, you're a freaking doctor. You're a nurse practitioner. Get off your ass, do your job, and treat this child. It's so, people like that. And what's crazy is all these people that are walking off all these jobs, whether it be cops, doctors, nurses, ambulance drivers, I don't care. Whatever it is, all the people that are walking off are all the people that have common sense. These are only people that you're going to be left with in all of these places. Like, I don't think people really understand that. It's going to be this lady that you got to deal with and people like her. It's not right. It is not right at all. She should be fired for refusing treatment. Like, that's your job. What do you guys think? It makes me so mad, but let me know in the comments below what you guys all think. Yeah, I saw this and I was like, oh my God, humanity, I don't know what's left in store. People have lost their damn minds for sure.
So my teenagers are having a bunch of friends over tonight, and like typical moms, I'm really excited and I've got a bunch of snacks and other stuff, but here's what I'm really excited about. So this is like our little welcome to our home, asking that everybody be respectful. We have lots of pets, but then down here, letting all their friends know if they ever need a safe place to stay, that this is one. And then I've got name tags for preferred names and pronouns. And then these little sheets for everybody to use to let us know their preferred name and pronouns and name and pronouns they should use if speaking to their parents in case they're not out. And I'm so excited.
Don't let your kids have a sleepover at that lady's house. That's all I'm saying. I would never. All right, now I think this is important. And some of you might realize why, but if you don't, I'm going to tell you why. One state's anti-critical race theory law faces first federal lawsuit. I get a kick out of this. Oklahoma City, a coalition of civil rights groups sued the state of Oklahoma on Tuesday over a law limiting instruction about race and gender in public schools. It is the first federal lawsuit to challenge a state statute implemented to prevent the teaching of critical race theory. The suit, backed by the American Civil Liberties Union and the Lawyers Committee for Civil Rights Under Law, argues that HB 1775, which took effect in May, violates students and teachers' free speech rights and denies people of color or LGBTQ students and girls the chance to learn their history. Whoa. Wait a minute. So you've got a group. You've got a school, right? A school system that says you're not allowed to teach you're not allowed to teach critical race theory, you're not allowed to talk about gender, you're not allowed to talk about LGBTQ in class, okay? Then you have this group of people that are suing this school system, whatever, because not letting them talk about it violates their freedom of speech, violates the First Amendment. Are you shitting me? And this is so important because if this passes, if this group wins, that opens up a door for every single person that's been censored, shut down online, their videos taken down, all of that. Because they violate free speech when they do that. When they take your videos down, they tell you can't say this, and this. You can't talk about this and this. They are violating your right to freedom of speech. Now, that's okay, right? Because that's on our side. They can attack us people, right? They can attack us people, take away our freedom of speech rights. But when the door swings the other way and it's somebody attacking them, you can't have that. You know what I mean? So YouTube, Facebook, Twitter, all of these platforms who who have taken down and censored all of these people. It opens the door for lawsuits after lawsuits after lawsuits. Because if this group can sue the school for not talking about something, you can, everybody else can start suing for freedom of speech violations as well. Do you see what I'm saying? So it's going to be very important to see how this all ends up going. That's all I'm saying. You got a group saying, we're suing you because you won't talk about LGBTQ in classrooms, and you won't talk about critical race theory. Okay, well, then if that's how we're going to go, that door is going to swing both ways. That's all I'm saying. So that's crazy right there. Let me know in the comments below what you guys think. And again, please hit that thumbs up. Share this video. Subscribe if you have not done so already. And just let me know what you guys think. Whether you agree, disagree, I don't care. Just let me know. In-N-Out Burger in San Francisco shut down over not demanding customers to show papers. So they said, no, we are not going to demand that they show us a paper if they want to come in, grab a burger, and take it out. We're not going to do that to people. And the city of San Francisco said, then we're shutting your business down. How is that right? How is that right? It's not. It is not right at all.
A mother in Colorado Springs says her child was forced to tape her mask to her face at school. Woman says it happened after the student's mask kept falling off in class. This is a picture of it. Academy District 20 says it started getting reports about this happening at Chinook Trail Middle School last week, but it's not clear exactly what happened in this girl's case.
Because of social media, we now have so many other voices in the mix that may not have been involved. And so now there's misinformation that's mingled in with the actual fact.
The school district is asking for patience as the investigation goes on. It hopes to have more information for everyone.
I mean, what do you say? After that, Colorado Middle School under investigation after several children has had masks duct taped to their faces by their teachers. Why do you guys subject your children to this? I mean, every parent whose child that happened to should have been there, pissed off, upset, demanding answers. I mean, every teacher who duct taped one of them to a child should be fired. That's what I'd be demanding. Or you know what? Everybody should pull their kids out of that school. What will they do then? Maybe they'll duct tape each other's mouths shut. We could hope, right? Oh, Lord. This is what too much craziness can lead you to. What is the matter with this? You're going to be like, oh my God, what is the matter with this lady? Well, let's see.
Cover your nose.
A mother did did that to real children so they could go out and hug their grandparents. Are you insane, lady? She should be picked up by the men in white coats and taken away. Do you see them poor kids? USDA issues urgent meat recall, so throw it away if you have any. The Food Safety and Inspection Service, which is part of the United States Department of Agriculture, recently issued a pork recall for more than 10,000 pounds of pork pellet products from Evans Food Group. The products in question were brought into the U.S. in mid-September. Much of the pork was processed into snacks like pork rind and whatever that is. As for the reason behind the recall, well, that's where things get interesting. While most meat-based recalls involve a contamination issue, this one is a bit different. The recall in this case stems from the fact that the 10,000 pounds of pork pellets were mistakenly not subject to a thorough inspection upon arriving in the U.S. They weren't inspected. The meat was not inspected and was shipped out anyway. I mean, not for nothing, but I mean, look at all the meat that is inspected and people get sick from. So, I mean, you know, you're shooting blind either way, really. But keep a lookout for that, I guess. Products in your medicine cabinet may soon be getting more expensive. Yeah, everything is expensive. Procter & Gamble, one of the country's largest consumer goods manufacturers, said Tuesday that it's raising prices on certain grooming, beauty, and oral care products for retail customers to combat higher costs. It's the latest round of price hikes announced by the company. Other major consumer manufacturers and stores have also increased prices in response to rising expenses for raw materials and transportation. P&G said it communicated the latest increase to distributors and retailers over the last few weeks, and they will be going into effect in roughly the next 90 days. If P&G's retail customers, which include big box stores, supermarkets, drugstores, and more, decide to pass on those increases, they'll soon be hitting consumers' wallets. Everything is going up in price. Every freaking thing. The exact amount of price increases will vary by specific item, but will be in the mid-single-digit % range. P&G Chief Financial Officer Andre Schulten said on a call with analysts on Tuesday. So just look for that. All of your grooming, beauty, and oral care products are going to rise in cost. Surprise, surprise. Literally just like everything else that's going up in price. All right, unindoctrinated first responders lose their jobs. As mandates go into effect across the country, many first responders are set to lose their jobs for not getting indoctrinated. Jeff something takes a closer look at what this means for first responders as well as public safety. Again, yes, we get it. They're losing people. They want this done this way. That's what people don't understand. They knew that putting in these mandates, people were going to be like, no freaking way. And they're like, I quit. Like, fire me then, because I'm not doing it. They knew that was going to happen. They knew it was going to lead into all these shortages. They knew all of this stuff was going to happen. It was all part of the grand plan. EPA pushes tougher regulations for toxic forever chemicals, including in food, cookware, and carpets. There are very toxic forever chemicals in your food, cookware. I mean, they're in probably everything, but your food. For those of you who don't believe that, that they would do this to you, they would pass this on to the people. Of course they would. The Joe Obama administration is launching a broad strategy to regulate toxic industrial compounds associated with serious health conditions that are used in products ranging from cookware to carpets and firefighting foams. Okay, you're not playing in here. Michael Regan, the head of Environmental Protection Agency, said it is taking a series of actions to limit pollution from a cluster of long-lasting chemicals known as PFAS that are increasingly turning up in public drinking water systems, private wells, and even food. The plan is intended to restrict PFAS from being released into the environment, accelerate cleanup of PFAS-contaminated sites, such as military bases, and increase investments in research to learn more about where PFAS are found and how their spread can be prevented. Maybe if they were looking out for the people from the beginning, we shouldn't have to worry about toxic chemicals in our food, in our cookware, in our clothes, in our carpets, in our laundry soap, in our shampoos, in our toothpaste, everything. Every single thing that is on your store shelves, unless it's organic, all natural, is got poison chemicals in it. They know this. You know this. Just read the back of anything that you got. There may be plastic in your meat, and there's definitely plastic in your body. Despite being a work of fiction, Upton Sinclair's 1906 novel, The Jungle, evoked a real-world complex of meat factories in which vermin ran rampant, foul odors could make you gag, and workers falling into rendering tanks were ground up with other animal parts and served to unsuspecting consumers. His book was so vivid and graphic that President Theodore Roosevelt, despite personally despising Sinclair, felt obligated to investigate the matter. After confirming many of Sinclair's depictions, Roosevelt pushed for the successful passage of the Meat Inspection Act and Pure Food and Drug Act, the latter of which eventually established the Food and Drug Administration. Again, though, the FDA inspects all of these things, then why are there so many recalls? If it's all inspected and it's all tested, why are there so many recalls and everything? What are they actually doing? In all, The Jungle ranks alongside Harriet Beecher Stowe's 1852 anti-slavery novel Uncle Tom's Cabin as one of the most politically influential works of literature in American history. Yet in the 21st century, where visual media is on par with the written word in terms of reach, could a moving image have the same effect today as a novel did then? Of course, there's plastic. There's all kinds of stuff in our foods, in our bodies. Factory farms of disease. How industrial chicken production is breeding the next pandemic. One day last December, 101,000 chickens at a gigantic farm near the city of Astrakhan in southern Russia started to collapse and die. Tests by the State Research Center showed that a relatively new strain of lethal avian flu known as H5N8 was circulating, and within days, 900,000 birds at the plant were hurriedly slaughtered to prevent an epidemic. Avian flu is the world's other ongoing pandemic, and H5N8 is just one strain that has torn through thousands of chicken, duck, and turkey flocks across nearly 50 countries, including Britain, in recent years, and shows no sign of stopping. That's what I'm saying, though. If you ever seen the Tyson chicken documentary, like, it's so inhumane. It's so disgusting how they handle all of these birds and all of this, and then they just push it on to the people because all they care about is padding their pockets. People need to raise organic chickens at home. Raise your own chickens. I mean, you may not be a farmer. You may not be, that might not be your thing, but you can raise healthy chickens so you have eggs, healthy eggs, not full of chemicals, and if you have them at home, you can control what they eat. You can do all organic, all natural. You can decide. You don't, and when you go and buy chicken in a store, you have no idea what that animal was fed, how that animal was treated, how that animal was taken care of. Just do it yourself. I mean, like I said, you don't have to be a farmer to raise a few chickens. Allison Williams, a leaving ESPN over mandate. I cannot put a paycheck over principle. That is why, even though we're getting all, guys, please, even though we're getting all of these shortages and we're supposedly having all of this trouble getting things in, you can't, to put a paycheck over principle is kind of like signing away your soul on the dotted line, right? Because if you put money over principle and over morals, then all that's left of you is a shell, because you're just, it's done. You're done. That's crazy. And I support everybody who walks off the job because of mandates. Okay, more about the forever toxic chemicals. EPA reveals 120,000 sites in the U.S. where people may be exposed to toxic forever chemicals. 120,000 sites may cause exposure to forever chemicals. Data from the EPA showed the most affected areas were in Colorado, Oklahoma, and California. The chemicals, called PFAs, are linked to cancer, other health problems, and developmental issues. More than 120,000 facilities around the U.S. may be exposing people to dangerous forever chemicals linked to cancer and other diseases, and I bet you the people had no idea. They had no freaking idea. That is so wrong. But again, you can't trust the people in charge. They are not looking out for you. All right, California parents and teachers plan statewide walkout to protest school mandates. Again, agree or not, you're standing up for what you believe in, and I can't say that that's wrong, and nobody can. All right, La Niña is back. What? Hold on 1 second, please. All right, for the second straight year, La Niña is back. La Niña climate pattern, a natural cycle marked by cooler than average ocean water in the central Pacific Ocean, is one of the main drivers of weather in the U.S. and around the world, especially during the late fall, winter, and early spring. It's the opposite of the more well-known El Niño pattern, which occurs when ocean temperatures are warmer than average. La Niña is anticipated to affect temperature and precipitation across the United States during the upcoming months. Forecasters from the National Oceanic and Atmospheric Administration Climate Prediction Center said Thursday. The NOAA said this year's La Niña probably will persist through the winter. Everything you want to see in having a La Niña, we are seeing. We are pretty confident La Niña is here. A typical La Niña winter in the U.S. brings rain and snow to the northwest and usually dry conditions to most of the southern tier of the U.S., according to the Prediction Center. The southeast and mid-Atlantic also tend to see warmer than average temperatures during a La Niña winter. In addition, because of La Niña, California may see little relief from its drought, which will make its wildfire season even worse. Our scientists have been tracking the potential development of La Niña since this summer, and it was a factor in the above-normal hurricane season forecast which we have seen unfold. Consecutive La Niñas are not uncommon and can be referred to as a double dip. In 2020, La Niña developed in August and dissipated in April. The entire natural climate cycle of El Niño and La Niña is officially known by climate scientists as El Niño, Southern Oscillation, a seesaw dance of warmer and cooler seawater in the central Pacific Ocean. During La Niña events, trade winds are even stronger than usual, pushing more warm water towards Asia. Off of the west coast of the Americas, upwelling increases, bringing cold, nutrient-rich water to the surface. It's going to be a cold-ass winter this year. That's what they're saying. Now, help me understand this. No, actually, I don't need help understanding this. I understand this. We need to help those who don't understand this. A Florida school says the indoctrinated students must stay home for 30 days after each shot, citing a false claim that they will come on, give me a word, that they will give others. Explain that to me. Why are people doing this and forcing this on their kids? And you even have the school. Yes. You even have the school saying, listen, if you went and got that done, you can't come back to school for 30 days because you could infect other people. Hello. I mean, oh my God. It gets very, very tedious and very frustrating trying to say this over and over and over again. I'm sorry, but it gets so hard. It's like, wake up.
The red button below and turning on the bells, hear the first in from Blaze TV. Well, Katie Pavlich from Town Hall reports that according to the U.S. Energy Information Administration, Americans can expect energy prices to skyrocket this winter and be more expensive than any season since 2007.
Your heating bills are about to skyrocket back to higher than they've ever been since 2007. You're about to have a very, very cold winter, and you got people calling for power outages. You have to plan for what is coming. People won't be able to afford their bills. Okay, well, first of all, let me say this. So it's skyrocketing. Your heat bills are going way too high. You're going to have to use more heat because it's going to be a colder winter. What's going to happen? And then if they kill the power, then what? What's everybody going to do? Freeze to death? I don't like to play these ones because I don't know, as far as copyright and stuff goes. So, but if you guys want to go, I suggest you follow this person. It's the Next News Network on BitChute. They come out with a lot of stuff. Pennsylvania School Board quits over domestic terrorist charge. The Pennsylvania School Boards Association severed ties with the National School Boards Association over a letter comparing parents' behavior at school board meetings to domestic terrorism or hate crimes. If you guys have not heard this already, parents who are going to schools and saying parents who are going to school board meetings and saying that they don't agree with things that are being taught in school, they don't agree with the books that are being read, they don't agree with what is going on, then Joe Obama, the great guy that he is, has now enlisted the FBI and said any of these parents that complain and do this now need to be looked at as domestic terrorists. What? So because you care about what your kid is being taught or what your kid is learning in a place that's supposed to teach them reading, writing, math, and, English and science, if you don't agree with things that is going on and you go to speak up, you're a terrorist. You will be looked at by the FBI. What? Talk about attacking freedom of speech. Talk about attacking people's rights for their own children. This is happening. And this Pennsylvania school board said, we're not freaking doing it. No way. This is crazy. This is over the top. This is way too far in the upside down for us to even go. So no, that's not going to be done. So they severed ties with them. Good. They need to. And you know what? I can't say it enough. Get your kids out of these indoctrination camps. All right, I hope you guys have liked the video so far. Again, please comment below, hit that thumbs up, and make sure you subscribe if you haven't done so already. And please share this with people in your life who don't know what's going on. Chicago Museum fires all of its mostly white, female, financially well-off dockets for lack of diversity. So you're firing me because I'm white. That's what's going on here, guys. They're getting fired because they're white and they make good money. That's crazy. That's wrong. That's illegal. They probably will. They should fight this with the labor board because that's bullshit. China drafts law to punish parents for children's bad behavior. China's parliament will consider legislation to punish parents if their young children exhibit very bad behavior or commit crimes. In the draft of the Family Education Promotion Law, guardians will be reprimanded and ordered to go through family educational guidance programs if prosecutors find very bad or criminal behavior in children under their care. There are many reasons for adolescents to misbehave, and the lack of or inappropriate family education in this major case, said Zhang somebody. That's crazy. China wants to go after parents if your kids are bad. Oh my gosh. All right, here's Joe Obama walking through a ritzy D.C. restaurant, maskless, violating citywide mandate. Guys, when the cameras are off, they're not wearing them. Somebody caught this, on like their phone or something. Bella, get down. Sorry, yelling at my dog over here. But yeah, and people, people want to say that, oh, well, every time I see them on TV, every time they're wearing a mask. Duh, for the cameras. You think these rich elites are walking around with masks on when the cameras are off? No. This is crazy. This is a cop. He was a cop for, I want to say he said a long time. Washington State Trooper signs off for the last time over mandates. Jay Inslee can kiss my ass, he says. Let's check it out. The worst part is this guy was he's probably one of the good cops out there.
A final sign-off after 22 years of serving the citizens of the state of Washington.
22 years.
Being asked to leave because I am dirty. Numerous fatalities, injuries. I've worked sick. I've played sick. We've buried lots of friends over these years. I'd like to thank you guys. I'd like to thank the citizens of Yakima County, as well as my fellow officers within the valley. Without you guys, I wouldn't have been very successful, and you've kept me safe and got me home to my family every night. Thank you for that. Wish I could say more, but this is it. So, State 1034, this is the last time you'll hear me in a state patrol car. And Jay Inslee can kiss my ass.
Yep. Last day. Last day, because he made the right choice that he thought for himself. Bella! Oh my gosh, my dog. Check these guys out. Those people should just stay home, you know what I'm saying? Walking around like that.
I'm wearing the pants. He's wearing the skirt. We're both gay. He's pregnant. I have 2 girlfriends. It's 2021.
Unfortunately, this is what we are dealing with because of parents giving in to all this nonsense that's going on. Schools being allowed to teach whatever they want. These are the people. What is this? Generation Z? I don't even know. Wow. God help us is right. All right, this is the last thing I'm going to touch on tonight. A protester shot by Kyle Rittenhouse sues Kenosha, Wisconsin, says police deputize vigilantes. Now, I don't know if you followed this from the beginning, this Kyle Rittenhouse thing, but I did. I saw the video. He was there with other people protecting businesses from those, from those protesters, if you want to call them that, that were burning down buildings, smashing in, breaking things, stealing things. So he was one of the ones out there protecting local businesses. And he was being chased down by these bunch of Antifa pieces of shits. He was armed, thank God, or he'd be dead. I don't know if I saw the video. They were chasing him down. He fell at one point. This guy one of the guys had a skateboard, went up, was going to smash him right in the freaking head with it. He turned around real quick, shot him, caught him in the arm. The other guy come running at him. He turned around, shot him in the head. And you know what? If he had enough, he would have been dead. And he wasn't out there fucking burning buildings down and breaking into these places and robbing these people and stealing all this shit and setting cars on fire. No. He was out there trying to protect the businesses and the places and the regular people from these douchebags that were out there destroying everything. So, as far as I'm concerned, and I'd say it till the day I die, he did nothing wrong. If he hadn't shot those people, they would have killed him. And then nobody would know about it because he'd just be another dead body from those protests. Those mostly peaceful protests, as the news anchors wanted to say. But it's just ridiculous. You can't, you got one of the assholes suing Wisconsin saying the police deputized vigilantes. No, they needed help. Cops were being told to stand down and not do anything. So you know what? They said, then we'll get people who aren't cops to come out here and help us. Because if that's the case, or else they're just going to burn the whole freaking city down. Ugh, sorry. That gets me worked up too. But my kids are going crazy. I'm going to sign off tonight. I got to get them in bed. But I really hoped you guys liked this video. And please, please, please hit that thumbs up, subscribe, share, and leave me all your comments and let me know what you guys think about all this. Until next time, stay strong, stay healthy, stay safe, stay informed, and use your head. That's what God gave it to you for. Think things through. All right, until next time.